Today I'm at Stardust Video and Coffee, and I'm here to see my friend Curtis enter a poetry slam. But not only that, I got to meet Curtis's grandfather, who, when I asked what's the best thing about Curtis, this is what he had to say.
Oh, that he is very sincere and dedicated performer.
The size of Connecticut off the coast of Argentina. Though efforts proved successful in fending off insurgents from the mainland, British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher was criticized for sending so many of her troops to death to protect what was ultimately an outpost for fishermen. Tucked away at the bottom of the southern hemisphere, a stone's throw from the angry winds of Antarctica, the Falklands aren't exactly what you call your ideal vacation. They became less so with the adding of 20,000 landmines still live and active to this day. Thatcher's decision to invade would haunt the rest of her career. A real estate feud penned with the blood of soldiers turned buyer's remorse over land no one wanted or cared for, except the Falklands are home to one of the largest penguin colonies on Earth. When I read the headline, how an island full of landmines led to a thriving penguin population, my first thought was of black and white Muppets flying through the air amidst quacks and cartoonish explosions. But no, the article says these penguins stay alive because birds have hollow bones. They don't weigh enough to set off the bombs. Scientists estimate flocks number in the millions, a haven for 5 separate species, generation after generation, tracing lineage back to before the war. I say estimate because research comes from drones and overhead aircraft. It's too dangerous for humans to set foot on the soil. But these penguins, they just keep on penguining about their lives, laying eggs, hatching and feeding their young, minding their own business, oblivious to the war zones beneath, not surviving, but thriving in a freak environment too harsh for outsiders, while meadows of carnage await blossoms from the sand. And I think depression's like that. It's not about navigating emotional minefields so much as building your nest on top, striking balance, calling it home. No use worrying about triggers. Without your baggage, you'd be too light to set them off. We've all been heavy, anxious for the ground to swallow us whole. I want to be like those penguins, bodies empty as beach bowls, buoyant, balanced, floating clouds under their feet, unable to fly yet content with all they have, while the outside world just falls apart. You can't fix every problem. It's impossible to dig up every hazard, cast aside the burden you don't need, so that you may walk across thin ice. You cannot have fear and indifference at the same time. Teach me the Tao of penguins. They who prove ignorance is bliss. They who build home and sprawling kingdom atop miles of others' bullshit. Give me harmony inside the natural order where nesting grounds flourish from the ash of no man's land. Peace is where your soul weighs less than everyone else's war.
I don't think I can give him much advice because he's had a lot of, from what I can see, he's been performing quite often. But the best advice I could give him is just keep doing it. Just keep at it. And love what you're doing.